Hello student, in this video we will discuss some topic of gravitation chapter for your 9th standard student. So let us start with the first gravitations. All of you know that when an object is dropped from height, it falls towards the surface of the earth. Any object when it is dropped from a certain height, it will fall towards the surface of the earth. If it is an object, why it is not go upward? Why it is fall toward the surface? That means there is some force which attract it, and this force is said to be the gravitational force of Earth. Gravitational force of Earth means every object in this Earth is attracted by the Earth towards its center, and that is said to be gravitational force of Earth, or it is also said to be gravity. Earth attracts every object towards its center by a force which is called gravitational force of Earth, or it is also said to be gravity. Later on, it was found that not only Earth, in this universe, every object attracts every other object by a force. And that force is also said to be gravitational force. In case of Earth, it is said to be gravitational force of Earth or gravity. In case of general object, it is simply said to be gravitational force. So every object in this universe attracts every other object by a force which is said to be gravitational force. In some cases, in general object, we cannot notice that force because it is small, very small, negligible. In case of heavenly bodies, planets, Earth, we can notice that force. Formation of tides in the sea, that is due to the gravitational force of moon and sun. Earth revolves around the sun. The planetary motions revolves around the sun, all the planets. That is due to the gravitational force. In heavenly bodies, the gravitational force is noticeable. In small general object, it is not noticeable. But there is a force which attracts each and every object between them, that is said to be gravitational force. Now, after that, the one important topic that is said to be universal law of gravitation. Universal law of gravitation, is it clear? There is some force which attracts every other object, that is gravitational force. Now, how much that force? It was explained by universal law of gravitation. Universal law of gravitation. According to universal law of gravitation, suppose there is a two object has mass m1 and m2, and suppose the distance between them is r. According to the universal law of gravitation, the gravitational force between them is directly proportional to the product of the mass. Means more the mass of both bodies, more will be the gravitational force of attraction between them. And it is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Means more the distance, less is the gravitational force between them. So from that, F is proportional to m1 into m2 by r square, and from proportionals to equal, we require a constant g here. Constant is here g, that is g into m1 into m2 by r square. That is we will get from the universal law of gravitation. According to universal law of gravitation, the gravitational force between the two objects is equals to universal gravitational constant g into m1 into m2 by r square. Whereas g is here universal gravitational constant. Constant it is. And it is remains constant in all over the universe, and whose value is about, the value of g is equals to 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. that is the value of G and it will remains constant in all over the universe. So that is the first topic, that is the universal law of gravitation. आपको फाइनल में इसको सिंपली स्टेट करने दे सकता है, अदरवाइज यू हैव टू डिराइव आल्सो पूछा जा सकता है. तो इफ यू हैव टू स्टेट इट, तो सिंपली यू राइट दैट अकॉर्डिंग टू यूनिवर्सल लॉ ऑफ ग्रेविटेशन, the gravitational force between two objects is directly proportional to product of the mass and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. And if you have to derive the gravitational force, then in this way we can derive it. After completing all the topics of the chapter, we will give the derivations and numerical portion related to this also. Of each derivations that may come in your examination, or the different type of numerical from this chapter we will discuss after completing the chapter. Okay, is it clear? I hope all of you universal law of gravitation. In the next video, we will discuss about the free fall and acceleration due to gravity.